Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. On3.com's Director of Recruiting, Chad Simmons, has put in a prediction for Nathan Laycock to Tennessee. Nathan Laycock, three-star wide receiver out of the state of North Carolina, 6'3", 200 pounds, and he is a track guy. He's got that speed. You know, a lot of times we've been getting caught up in the wide receiver position. We've been talking about the guys like Carnell Tate, Kyler Casper, even more recently Cameron Seldon, who is still a primary target for this Tennessee football team. I'm starting to like where they sit with Cameron Seldon, but we've still got a ways to go. We'll see how that plays out. But again, on3.com's Chad Simmons puts in the prediction for Nathan Laycock to end up at the University of Tennessee. We'll get into it, take a look at it. As always, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. You guys know the deal by now. For the fans, by the fans, we are fans just like you. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We'll be live tonight, Wednesday night, new night, same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing a little NCAA 2013 and talking a little ball football. So come hang out. It'll be a good time. But let's jump into this article from 24/7 Sports. Tennessee among top contenders for wide receiver target after official visit. This is from Ryan Callahan. Says here, one of the top remaining wide receiver targets released a list of favorites Monday evening coming off his official visit with the VAWLS. Class of 23 wide receiver Nathan Laycock of Millbrook High School in Raleigh, North Carolina, announced his top 7 college choices in a post on his Twitter account, as Tennessee is one of 3 SEC schools currently in the running for him. Shows here Florida, West Virginia, Michigan, Mississippi State, NC State, and North Carolina join the VAWLS in a group of front runners for the 6'3", 200-pound Laycock. He's received scholarship offers from more than 20 teams, including all 7 of his favorites. Tweeted out a graphic Monday evening featuring the logos of the 7 programs currently standing out, along with a brief message of what's next. It's a question he might be ready to answer before long. I'm going to go ahead and get his highlights up on the screen here. Let you guys take a look at those as we kind of go through this article. And again, what sticks out to me is just his speed. His speed. And again, I know people get lost in the star rankings, the rating systems, everything that goes on like that. But Tennessee, this coaching staff, they evaluated him. They like him. What I see on tape, obviously, again, is that speed. The speed, he outruns everybody. You see a lot of this right here. Runs the seam route up the middle. Just goes and gets it. Outruns everybody. And then speed gets him to the end zone. You see a lot of that when watching his tape. And what I've seen is that he can clock a 4.40. I'm not seeing that that's been verified, but that's what he is claiming he can run. So what does that mean? 4.5, 4.6 maybe. Also says he can run a 10.5 in the 100-meter dash. He's working with a former NC State wide receiver coach or wide receiver TJ Graham to kind of improve his speed. But look, he comes from a family of runners. His dad, his mom, both ran at an elite level, and he was actually focusing on track at one point, and then kind of football took over, and that's where he has ended up. But again, you cannot teach speed. And that's what I like about Josh Heupel, this coaching staff, the guys, the players that they are adding. They are elite athletes with elite speed. And you get a guy like this, and one of the things that stands out or is talked about is his route running. He needs to improve his technique, his route running, his breaks. Get him on campus. Let's talk about it. Evaluate, develop talent. That's what it's all about. So can Coach Pope develop his route running and take him to an elite level? Because once you get into the SEC, yeah, speed's only going to take you so far. But I like what Nathan Laycock brings to the table. I think he's kind of flown under the radar because of some of the top targets that Tennessee has been going after. Going back to the article, it says here, after traveling to Tennessee over the weekend on his most recent official visit, Laycock told VAWLS 24/7 that he might be closing in on a decision. He said Sunday that he was still planning to announce in either July or August. Here's a quote from Laycock. It says, "I'm still looking. I'm thinking I'm probably going to commit soon, but I'll announce it later." Before his trip to Knoxville over the weekend, Michigan also hosted him on an official visit. Midweek trip in mid-June. Also went to North Carolina back on the weekend of June the 17th and made the short drive to NC State on a number of occasions. The lone prediction on 24/7 Sports Crystal Ball points to NC State as the current favorite to land him, but the VAWLS have been viewed as one of the main contenders for him since he visited Tennessee. On Sunday, he told VAWLS 24/7 that NC State, North Carolina, Michigan were the top 4 schools he was considering. Now, again, when you look at the crystal ball that was put in for him over at 24/7 Sports, that crystal ball has been there for a while. That goes back, looks like that was put in by Michael Clark Trying to find the date here. That was back in September of 2021. So again, almost a year ago at this point. If you go to on3.com, it's more up to date. They've got Tennessee out front at 87%, and then Chad Simmons also put in the prediction after the official visit this weekend. And looking at that visit, he was the only wide receiver on campus. He was in town with Nico, but again, only wide receiver. So Coach Pope could really focus on him and that relationship. And coming out of the weekend, it seems that Nathan Laycock is heading to Tennessee. It says here on Sunday, he said the official visit was really big for him, gave him more of an in-depth look at the VAWLS program in the city of Knoxville after he traveled there for the first time more than 2 months earlier. Here's another quote from Laycock. First time I had been there, really just got to be here for a day and a half, so getting to be here for almost 3 days, really fun. It was a really good experience. Did a lot of fun things that they had planned. We went to the lake, and again, that's what Nico he loves that lake, taking these kids to the lake, building those relationships. Says I went tubing for the first time. Then I had great meetings with the offensive coordinator, Coach Golish, and wide receivers coach, Coach Pope, talking about the offense and how Coach Pope would develop me and things like that. And I really got to see the area. First time, didn't really get to see the city. I was just on campus. I really like it so far. So again, trending towards Tennessee. I like where Tennessee is at. And look, you know, we talk about star rankings. We talk about the 3-star versus 5-star. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Nathan Laycock or would you rather have Carnell Tate? Well, there's a recruiting board. There are layers to it. You swing for the fences. You go after Carnell Tate. You go after Kyler Casper. You miss out. You know, we kind of talked about that with Heartline and Ohio State and their track record with getting guys to the league. I think, number one, Coach Pope's going to have to prove it. It's his first year as a position coach. He's going to have to prove that he can get it done in the SEC. Once he starts to do that, but it's the same for Coach Heupel. It's the same for Coach Heupel, and that's why this fall is so crucial. It is so important that this team does not go out and underperform, because this is the time, now is the time for this coaching staff to sell that they can get it done in the SEC. Yes, they did more but less last year. Nobody expected that team to win 7 games. Look, I was getting crucified on this channel for saying that I expected them, thought they could win 6 games last season. People were talking about winning 3 games, 4 games. Josh Heupel, this football program, went out. They got 7 wins. Big time season for year 1 of the Josh Heupel era. When you rewind just a year before he got here, what they were facing, what they were up against, all the mass turnover, everybody that transferred out. Nobody thought Josh Heupel and this coaching staff could get it done. Now's the time. They have to have success this fall. They don't need to go win 10 games. They don't have to go win the SEC East, but they need to win 8 games, 7 games, somewhere around there. Continue to get better. Continue to show that you can develop wide receivers. Show that Cedric Tillman wasn't a one and done. Show what you can do with Brew McCoy. That's a big one. You bring Brew McCoy in after he only played 1 year out of the last 3 because of all the off-the-field issues. You bring Brew McCoy in, you develop him, you give him some big-time numbers like Cedric Tillman. You send both of those guys to the league. You send Cedric Tillman and Brew McCoy to the NFL. Then you're going to start to get the attention of the guys like Carnell Tate, the guys like Kyler Casper. But you got to be able to prove it. You got to show that you can do it on game day. And yes, while we were all happy with last season's results, obviously not the bowl game, but like Coach Garner said, you don't come to Tennessee to win 7 games. You come to Tennessee to win championships. Can Josh Heupel, can this coaching staff continue to build that momentum this fall using guys like Nathan Laycock? Can they develop him? Because, again, he's a raw kid, but he's got speed. He's got athleticism. Can you develop him and turn him into an elite SEC-type player? We'll find out. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of Nathan Laycock? What do you think of his highlights? What do you think of the overall recruiting, where we're at right now? Are you happy? Upset? Need more 5 stars? I know the comment section will be all over the place, but let me know your thoughts. Also, if you have not done so, make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door, and go grab the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network at bonfire.com/store/TalkinVaws. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Don't forget to join us tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll play a little NCAA 2013, talk about Vol recruiting. A lot of big-time decisions coming up. Jeremiah Cobb on July the 1st. Christian Conyer on July the 3rd. Francis Mauingoa and Jonathan Eccles on July the 4th. Cam Selden has talked about July the 7th. Jalen Smith, July the 10th. Tons of decisions. I think it's going to be a big July for the Vols, but that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.